Welcome back to Harburn Double Low. It's been a challenging week to say the least. I have finally managed to get the 4 aspect and the 3 aspect working in perfect harmony. So what we'll do, we'll show you the 4 aspect working first, then I'll move the camera across and you can see the 3 aspect signal working along with the train as well. After which I'll show you how I managed to program it in Rockrail. So we'll start the train off. As it passes the signal, it goes to red, goes into the next block, it goes to yellow, into the next block it goes to double yellow. Once it passes that, it goes back to green. We'll bring it round. So once again, as it passes the signal, it goes to red. Once it's into the next block and it's free, it'll go to yellow. And then into the last block, it goes to double yellow. And then once it's exited that block, it goes back to green. So let's move the camera now and we'll see the 3-phase one working. It's past the 4-phase, now it's passing this one here, goes to red. Goes into the next block, it'll go to yellow. And once it passes that one, it'll go back to green. So that's the signal's working perfectly. So let's now go over to Rockrail and see how I managed to program it in. You may notice this thing here, this is what you call an accessory. To set up the yellow on the 4 aspect signal, I had to set this up. The 3-phase is set up as per the 3-phase video as done previously. The 4-phase, a bit different. You may see this thing here called an accessory. You can hide it if you don't want to see it. I had to set this up to work the yellow signal on the 4-phase. So let's go into the properties and see how it's set up. Into the interface. In the interface, it is set up for the red address, the green address. I've set the yellow address to 0 and the white address, which is the second yellow LED on the signal, to 43. It is set to default, and in the wiring it's left all blank. In the details it's left all blank. And in the usage, it's connected to block 1, block 2, block 3 and block 4 via commands, via routes. So let's go across to the routes and see which commands I put in. So block 1 to block 2 in the commands, I've set the signal to red. So once it goes into the block, I'll change the signal to red, going from block 1 to block 2. In the index, block 2, commands, I've got a bit more now in this one here. The first thing I want to do is change the signal SG2 to red. The next thing I want to do is change the SG1 to yellow. And the CO1 is the accessory, which is going to be switched to on. This is the first yellow LED. The same again, I've set up the accessory, the same as any other accessory, as an on-off switch. In block 3, block 4, in the commands, we're going to switch on the white, which is the yellow or second yellow LED. As the first yellow LED has been switched on from the previous block, it will still be on, showing the double yellow. The signal 2 will change that to yellow. Into the index for block 4 to block 1, in the commands, we've turned off the second yellow and we've turned the 2 signals to green. So that's how it works. And if you want to hide this, if you click on it, go to properties, down here it says show, click that, apply, Okay, it's now still there, but it's just not able to see it in the diagram, your plan diagram. If you want to see the accessory decoder for the yellow again, if you go to the tables and go to outputs, that's it there. So if I highlight that and go into general and click on show, up it comes. If we go into the properties of the accessory decoder, properties, in the general it's just called CO1, and in interface I've left the ID blank as I've only got one command station switched on, that's the ECOS. I've set the address to port 45, i.e. the yellow LED, or the first yellow LED on the 4 aspect signal. Down the bottom I've had to invert it, i.e. this is the way it's been wired up. I've also clicked on the switch, so it becomes a switch. And that's the only things you need to look at for the yellow LED, or the first yellow LED. Well folks, that's the signal set up. It's the end of 2020, and I think most of us will be glad to see the back of 2020. To say it's been a challenge, well, looking forward to next year, I've bought 2 DCC NECs, one which I'm going to use as a signal decoder, and also working on number 2 of the cup, so hopefully that'll be a future video as well. All the best when it comes folks, thanks for watching, goodbye.